Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome everyone that's catching the rebroadcast. This is the DJ interview starring me, Harry the Big Dog. I just wanted to take a second to welcome all our new members into the Facebook group. Welcome. I want to I wanted to explain, a little why I'm doing this. June is National DJ and Music Month. So, what I'm doing is introducing and interviewing 30 DJs and people who support the industry, the DJ industry. So, this is, can you believe it? It's day 11. Wow. So, let's get this going. I want to bring in our very special guest coming all the way from Brooklyn, DJ F.A.M.E.
How you doing, man? Greetings, everybody that's playing.
Let me rewind that. The Untouchable DJ F.A.M.E.
I appreciate that, man. Harry, how you doing, man? What's up?
I'm good. How you doing today? You hear me?
Yes, I can. Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So, let's get this thing going. Before we start, this is the 11th interview already. Can you believe this?
Man, I'm so proud of you, man. Congratulations, man. Let's just keep this rolling. Shout out to all the DJs before me and definitely after me. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. 20 more, including you. So,
right?
I'm curious about your name now. I didn't want to start off like this, but we were talking before the broadcast started, and I want to know, what does the F.A.M.E. mean?
F.A.M.E. stands for Foremost Alienated Maestro Ever. yeah, I know it's word. It's very, very wordy. And there's no possible way I could fit that all on a laptop front or have people type that out every way. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, DJ Foremost Alien. That's just too much. I was very, very fortunate. F.A.M.E. and we're good.
Yeah. It would be long to put on a T-shirt. Let me look at the chat. We got DJ Tommy Lee. We got
Tommy. What's going on, man?
Hey, Howie D. Or
Howie, how are you? DJ So Lovely, what's up?
We got DJ So Lovely. So far. So,
yeah.
Let's get this thing going. So, how did you get into this game? What was that first record you touched on and put up?
I started 2000, 2001. The cusp of everything going from analog to digital.
Right.
So for those who were around at that point in time to watch vinyl go to CDs to MP3, that was it. As for the first record, Marvin Gaye, Let's Get It On. My mother had her own collection.
Okay.
Father had his own collection. They separated it. And for those who played vinyl or, partaked in no family members who have vinyl, they put their initials on it because they didn't want nobody snatching up. So they put their little thing. So my mother was PM and my dad was FM. And they separated. The collections never touched. They never touched.
Nice. We still do that as DJs. Just mark all your records up. DJ Tommy Lee said, "Me too." Oh man! So, do you remember the first record you brought?
Yes,
it was only 19 years ago,
right? The first record I bought, because I wasn't allowed at a point in time, because I used to really sneak and mess with my mother's collection. The first record, I wasn't happy about buying that record. It was a compilation album, Harlem World. That was my first record that I bought. Wow. And that was with Mace and his whole, rap team, stuff like that. It didn't really go anywhere. But I forgot what was the reason why I bought that record. It was a specific single. And then the rest of the album, to me, I plead the fifth. I won't even speak on it. But that was my first record I bought. Yeah.
Oh, man. So going back to 2000 and 2001.
Yeah,
After,
2001, man.
yeah, after you actually, what type of equipment did you have? Did you start off with turntables, regular mix
I
and everything?
I did. I definitely did. I started off and I was just trying to remind myself which turntables I have. They were belt driven. That's one. And my first setup was which I bought from a store in Canarsie, Brooklyn. Saved up all my pennies and all that, and I went inside the store and I was like, yeah, I want the the most, I guess, quote unquote, cheapest DJ setup. And it was like, oh, we have this DJ in a box, and it literally says DJ on the box, and it comes with
Gemini everything.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So a pair of Gemini belt driven turntables with the Gemini mixer, headphones, and just wires. But here's the catch 22. They sold me and I was so hyped. And then my mother was like, okay, you have the turntable, you have the mixer. How you going to play the music? I was like,
you ain't get that far.
right. But of course, she was gracious enough to, get me an amplifier and like an 800-watt amplifier I bought. It was was it Pyramid? No, it was Gem Sound. Gem Sound amplifier, 800 watts, and these two Gem Sound speakers to match. And those were 10-inch woofers. Oh my gosh.
Where did you get them from? Brooklyn or Manhattan? Canal Street.
Brooklyn. I wish I didn't have Canal Street money yet. No. This is still pre DJ fame. Oh boy, yeah.
Wow. So, how long was it before you made the transition to your? I'm assuming you had some CDJs at first.
No, I didn't.
No, you went straight to a controller.
No controller.
Okay.
So I really stuck it out with the turntable and been on the turntable. Not saying I haven't embraced all forms of technology, from everything from the CDJ to the controller, or anything in between that I may be missing right now. But I'm to this day, I've kind of stuck it out with just turntable and find things to enhance the turntable.
Right. So, what year did you actually pick up a controller or
I haven't.
on digital?
I honestly haven't. Oh, okay. For that to start on digital, I think by the time I came back, my first time going overseas, because I learned so much, and I just graduated from college, so that's about 05, 06. I came back and I wasted no time. Found the money, bought a MacBook laptop, and Serato. I started off with Serato.
Were you overseas for business, pleasure? That's where you lived?
No, I was over there because I was asked by a promoter that found me, just to show you the power of word of mouth.
Right.
Somebody asked me, they wanted a New York type of DJ to come out and open up a brand new club out there in China, by the way.
Wow.
Hangzhou, China. Right. And I was out there for a month and a half alongside another DJ that really put me onto game, especially when it came to Serato and her manager. And never looked back ever since, because I went out there with just vinyl, which was the craziest thing I could have possibly done.
For real.
All the crates went with me, and I know
seen them things again.
The promoters were looking at me like I was crazy, because they flew with us back to China, and they didn't expect that expense compared to the other DJ. They had Serato, and that was my first time seeing that software, DJ software.
Wow. Now, how long was this journey before you got to China? You started 2000, 2001, and you went to China what year?
About between, I want to say about 2000, the end of 2005, because I went out there to do their New Year's event.
Yeah.
I didn't come back until February. So let's say I left at the end of November of 2005, and I didn't come back until about February 2006.
Right.
I was out there for a little bit, like.
So, your story and why it interests me so much. You're one of the few DJs here that's doing this full time.
I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. It's crazy. Yeah, this is it.
How did you manage that? I mean, did you work before ever, or?
Absolutely. I
Okay.
definitely my mother
Had to
wouldn't
get
have had
some
it.
money to
My
buy
mother would
something.
Yeah, my mother wouldn't have had it. I'm trying to figure out by the end of high school, part-time jobs, everything from, yeah, I'm gonna put it out there. I've worked in Toys R Us. I was gracious to work
Go
inside of a record
Jeffrey.
store. Yeah, right, go check. So I've done construction work. That was off the books. And I'm trying to figure out what my last job was at, working at like 1-800-Flowers. And I
Wow.
had to make the decision right then and there, like, yo, I'm gonna do this full time.
And then you just like reached out to people, or you were already connected, or
No, I definitely was not connected. I've always believed in I need to be heard, I need to be seen. So I took the time out to flood every social platform at that time. I think MySpace was the thing,
yeah,
and
MySpace
Facebook was
was the
only
thing.
focused on college students. What else? Twitter came around, and definitely YouTube. So I utilized those platforms as much as possible. I'm talking about I would just make these small video clips and I would just post them on YouTube um, and MySpace, as long as the videos were cut to a specific, limit.
Wow, so you were a YouTube early adapter.
Oh yeah,
YouTube started about 2006, and
right. So right
really,
around that time,
yeah,
I'm doing all the college parties. I'm slowly making my way to doing lounges and club events. But it was just a matter of just word of mouth, and that momentum was just going from your block, from the block, the city, and it, just expanded out.
yeah. Some people need to hear this. DJ Tommy Lee said that was fast, going from 2001 to getting to China.
No, I was very, very fortunate for that to happen. Just to show you how small the world is. Even to try to keep the story short on the whole China moment in my life. So I just graduated from college. I went to a private music college in Long Island called Five Towns College,
Right,
and
I know what it is.
right. And I was doing somebody's graduation party in Queens, and of course, all the people who graduated would come shout out, yeah, 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 we're having fun. I'm playing music, and I remember the conversation like it was yesterday. Somebody came up to me, one of my classmates, and somebody else who was going to graduate next year came through and was like, "Oh, I brought my friend," and they introduced me. And it's always been weird. And I know for other DJs who are watching this right now, when somebody's trying to have a full-fledged conversation with you and you're mixing music, and you're trying your best to focus on the crowd and the crowd, yeah, 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 cool, but I don't want to be rude. So that's just I guess an extra talent I have. I can have a full-fledged conversation and still rock with you guys. But
Mm.
keeping the story short, where oh my gosh, I like how you DJ. My aunt is opening up a club, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't hear that part. And I'm just like trying to shoo them away. So I gave them my business card and was just like, here. Let's say maybe 2 or 3 months later from that, I got a phone call. And when I'm talking about, I thought it was a prank because, of course, me and my friends were super silly. And it was an Asian woman on the phone, like, hey, how you doing? This, that, and the, but the accent was so hard. And I was just like, nah, somebody's got to be pranking me. So I was like, yeah, call such and such, somebody who was, I was doing business with at a point in time with. And I was like, yes, call that person and they'll deal with it. And then they'll call me back and like, Fame, pick up your phone. We need to talk now. And I'm like, okay. And then, of course, fast forwarding, we did meet up with them in the city, and contracts were put in front of me, what the club wanted, and this is what they wanted from me because they saw the stuff and they did the research. And I still couldn't process that this was happening to me.
I'm telling you.
From the phone call. And once again, somebody just showing up, to an event, just for people to understand, for those who are watching this, you never know who's listening and who's watching. So you have to move accordingly.
Yes, sir. Type in the chat if that ever happened to you. DJ So Lovely said that's annoying. Multitasking is a skill. It is
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
annoying. That's why you need to have a blocker.
Oh,
Right.
a buffer.
Then
Right.
you need
Shout out to my friend DJ Pockets. He told me about that. He told me about the buffer. I was just like, oh my God. Because I went to it's a good friend of mine, and I remember going to an event with him, and I forgot his friend's name. And he was just like, yeah, I carry him, not only carry my equipment, but he's the buffer. And I was like, buffer? He's like, you'll see when the party happens. All right, I'm sitting on the side, freeloading like I usually do, get my free food. And, somebody comes to request a song. And They literally, they come to the side, and he just literally goes, "Hey, how can I help you?" And I was like, "Oh, that's what he's there
That's
for.
what you do.
That's what you do. Cool." And every now and then, I'm like, "Yo," I'll tell a friend like, "Hey, come with me." And like, "Yo, if you could just stand here for the night," and
For real.
anybody try to talk, and it looks cool from a different perspective, but it helps so much so I can like focus on what's in front of me.
Definitely. DJ Howie D said it happened to him, how somebody came up to him. You never know who's watching.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you we talked about you going out and touring or working with Grandmaster Flash. How is
Yeah.
that? Explain this, how that all happened. People want to
um,
hear, including me.
okay, I think so by the time I come back from China, I was having a lot of issues still keeping the ball rolling. Still learning the business. There wasn't many people who could or would take the time out to teach me. I just think, as raw as it was, coming up as a DJ for myself.
Right.
And getting to the point, so between 2006 and 2008 was very, very rough for me and trying to figure out by the time 2008, which is a very crucial, an amazing moment in my life, because all of what I'm about to say happens. One of the first things, I met a young gentleman by the name of Twiz.
Okay.
He's a crucial factor of everything that's about to happen right now. And Tommy Lee knows where I'm going with this. Where I met Twiz through a next door neighbor of mine. He's like, "Yo, you got to meet this guy, DJ F.A.M.E. All right, cool." And I remember him coming to one of my events and watching me once again multitask. And he was just like, "Oh, no way, nah." And we spoke very, very briefly at the event, because once again, I'm like, "Let me focus on the part." He's like, "Nah, I got to introduce you to my cousin, and I'm creating a DJ team." And I said, "Okay, that sounds great and all, but at the same time, too, I'm a part of a team right now. But let's keep in contact." Unfortunately, that team fell apart, the one I was previously, and Twiz just reached out to me, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna bring my cousin to meet you." I was living in Canarsie at the time, and he came through, and he brought his cousin, and he's like, "F.A.M.E, meet DJ Demo." I was like, "Really now?"
Oh.
Now DJ Demo was on WBLS. This is somebody I unconsciously listened to because I was back and forth listening to Kiss FM and WBLS, and Demo used to play live from the Shadow nightclub, and I forgot what nights he would play there. And my radio would always be on that. I would just, unconsciously, all you hear is, "It's a Demo," and I'm talking about he is going in, and I'm like, "No way." Fast forward from that, so I get to meet this guy. I'm like, "Yo, I've been listening to you unconsciously all my life. This is crazy." So yeah, we bring a team. So right then they're in my basement, and they're talking about like, "All right, we want you to audition and now." And I'm like, "Okay." My whole setup was in the basement of my mom's house. So I played for them. Once again, I'm having a whole conversation, multitasking, and DJ, and they're going, "Nah." All right, now you got to be down with the team. That's 2008. I was very, very fortunate to meet the other members of the Demolition Crew DJs: Tommy Lee, Basic, Omar E, Barry Blends, Pockets, and of course Demo and Twiz being at the forefront of the whole group for what it is. And this is going towards the Flash part. DJ Demo was originally the one who was touring with Flash.
Oh.
And Twiz was the former tour manager. Once again, Twiz was like, he was that the jack of all trades. Let's put it like that. He was the main person that had all the resources. So at a point in time, I know Demo wanted to outsource to other ventures, and somebody needs to fill in his slot. I was always around Flash, but Flash was like, "Yeah, all right, cool, no problem." To make things easier for me, because Flash uses a specific DJ software. So Twiz goes, "Here you go. Learn this and get back to me." I said, "All right, no problem." That DJ software is Tractor. So I use Tractor Scratch Pro.
Okay.
And being me, and for those who know the hashtag F.A.M.E speed, because I do things quicker than I need to, I had an event in 4 days, and I deleted Serato. just to put Tractor on there. For those who have used Tractor Scratch, it is not easy to set up, but it's wonderful after you have everything set up. Okay, but I took the risk, mind you. I have an event in 4 days. I have to learn this software. I lost all cue points. Maybe music went missing, all the stuff in between. But I took the chance, learned it enough. So when it's time, I get a phone call, let's say months from that, just doing the gist of being able to, cue songs up. I get a random phone call. Hey, F.A.M.E, what's going on? I'm like, greetings. Who's this? It's Flash. Flash who?
Grandmaster.
Okay, how may I help you, man? He's like, yeah, man, I heard you the guy that knows, Tractor in and out. I do all right, mind you. I just learned enough. So now the pressure's really on. So he's like, yeah, I need issues. I need help with this. I need you to, that's what happened. He's like, yeah, give me your address. I'm going to meet up with you. So, because you can show me some stuff with the software. Okay. So, long and behold, Flash makes his way to Brooklyn. He's concerned about parking. We parked this car up, no problem. And he came to my basement, and I'm just like, this is happening.
For real.
Flash is here. And he's like, okay, I see your setup. No problem. Okay, cool. And this is just to only go over software. And I was just like, all right. And me, I work fast. I'm like 1, 2, 3, but I got to explain it as slow as possible to everybody else. And at least he knew I exist because of that. And as time went on, and as I said before, DJ Demo, he went in another direction with his career, to go solo and not to tour Flash so much. I got pushed to the forefront to go, hey, can he do what I need him to do? And of course, Twiz co-signed because Twiz was also stepping out to not being a tour manager. Somebody else was going to take his position.
Right.
Once again, we're all adulting. Life goes on and things change. But I was next to step up, and I was like, sure, no problem. And once again, it's been an amazing blessing. Absolutely.
Wow. So you've been with him ever since. So 2008 was your turning point.
I didn't start with Flash. I met Flash in 2008. Okay. But I didn't start working with Flash until about 2012, 2013. And a lot of other things were happening when for me. Like a lot of great things. It was always weird, like right around my birthday, something would always it would be like, oh, I'll just wait a week. And then something amazing would happen, which would of course enhance my career. And I would every year it's something new.
Right. Now where we met was in where were we? New Rochelle last year.
Yes.
In September time frame.
Like it was yesterday.
Like it was yesterday. You wondering where a plate is, where your plate of food is.
Listen, you gotta get it, man. I'm just trying to be, the advocate for any DJ who's ever played at any private or corporate event and has not been fed. Listen, I'm making my duty now. Even a meme was made of me that I have to get something to eat, if it's just something to nibble on. And yes, I did get something to eat. I definitely did.
Okay, cool. We got some chat info here. Okay. DJ So Lovely said, "Do you miss the days of vinyl?"
That is a double-edged sword. Yes and no. Yes, because we paid more attention on trying to find records. I think we could just go online and, download it as fast as possible, which is cool. But being able to go somewhere else, almost like as if it was a library. And, okay, I know I'm coming in here for just, milk. But then all of a sudden I'm picking up bread.
Yeah.
I'm picking up a stick of butter. Because you need it. It's essential. You need toilet paper. It's essential. Now it's just a matter okay, I just take this one single now and I'll never look at the rest of the album. And then later on you're going, wait, where did that song come from? That was on the album.
Yeah.
Compared to going there and, I get to network and meet other people. So I miss that part. The no, because I don't have to lift it anymore.
For real. So the days of crates and everything.
Once again, I was at the cusp before everything went digital. So yes, I get it. I absolutely get it.
Mm. DJ DJ Howie D said he thinks he remembers you. You was at with
Yes.
Grandmaster Flash at Harlem.
Albemarle, yeah, the Albemarle
Yes.
ballroom. Yes. See now that's gonna be the thing. So yes, you had to see me. I'm slowly trying to remember your face right now. I'm gonna go to your page and whatnot because I know I had to go there to do his sound check, and Flash was renting my equipment out for that day because everybody else has moved forward with CDJs and controllers. So once again, I get that call like Flash. Flash will hit me up and go, Fame. I'm playing, because Reggie Wells, a great friend of mine. I need turntables, and they don't have turntables. I said, say less. And I got my, vehicle, borrowed a vehicle, let's put it like that. And and I drove all my stuff up to Harlem from Brooklyn. And all he had to do was, of course, go over a bridge because he's in the Bronx and set up. And we turned up. It was a great night, man.
Nice. That's networking. That is
Oh,
networking right here. DJ Cam is here.
Cam, what's going on, man?
So, another question from DJ So Lovely. She said, what's your proudest moment as a DJ?"
Oh man, there are so many. Of course, going back to traveling, my first time. Once again, I don't know if anybody else, I mean, as soon as you started DJing, for me,
That
graduating college
happens.
and going, all right, I'm on tour. Like
Yeah.
that was a proud moment for me. I can't say what was the proudest moment, but I will share another proud moment. Being able to play on national television. I appreciate that very, very much.
Where
Once
was
again,
that?
this was on Pix 11. I was on the Pix 11 morning show.
Wow.
Right. 3 times in a row, by the way. And once again, it was always that magical moment in which people are they're gonna catch on. Like right around my birthday is
Mhm.
always the craziest thing ever. And let's try to keep the story short because there's so much stuff I want to tell you guys.
No, tell it. We here as long as if you want to be. I got my special drink here.
Oh, there we go. All right.
Go.
So
Everybody's enjoying it.
And I appreciate it. So another proud moment, of course, getting on TV, but also leads to me touring more by myself along, not with Flash, but by myself, which is a cool thing. I was doing a lot of in-store gigs. So everything from Lord & Taylor, H&M, Macy's. I do my little 2-hour set, get the check, this, that, and the fourth. This is Labor Day weekend where this moment in time is being stamped.
Right.
And I was playing at an H&M, Midtown Manhattan.
Wow.
I want to say not too far from, is that 40? No, that's 34th, I think. Okay, besides the location part, so I'm playing inside the store, and the typical, I have my set that I'll play, that I try to play as wide as possible. And I noticed a lady passed by, and she just goes, "Oh, a DJ, wow!" And then she walks by, so I'm like, whatever, and I keep playing, whatever. She passes about 2 more times in front of my set. And I'm like, okay, this is getting awkward. I understand. It's a huge store for H&M. So I'm like, let me just ignore her. Maybe she sees something because the clothes is to the left of me, to the right of me where I'm standing. I think maybe the 5th time she comes to me, goes, she's like, I have to be honest with you. And then once again, the multitasking comes into play. So she's to the side of me. She goes, I don't know. It's just something about you. I already bought what I needed to in this store for my daughter, but we stayed inside the store for another half an hour listening to you. Wow. I'm like, okay, thank you. And she's like, no, I need your business card. Sure, no problem. So it's typical routine, pull out my business card. And this is where everything kind of goes white noise to me because she goes, hey, I'm, and I missed that part. And I'm like, that's cool and everything like that. And I appreciate you, hit me up, and please enjoy your day. Just kind of, it's me, my nice way of brushing you off. and I put the card she gave to me, she gave me a business card and I put it in my pocket. I didn't look at the business card. I continued to play, and maybe 10 minutes before my set is up, something just told me to go look in my pocket. So I went inside my pocket and I put, I'm packing up, and I put the business card on my laptop and pack my bags, and I look at the business card, and the business card says senior vice president of Pix 11 morning show. Huh. Mind you, this is Labor Day weekend, right around my birthday and everything like that. And I'm going, no friggin' way. So I don't think anything of it. So I think I sent a screenshot to my best friend and Twiz. And they're just like, dude, you know what this means? I'm like, I do not. I'll holler at you later because I got to pack all this stuff up. I go about my business, Labor Day, Eastern Parkway, all the festivities that we get into every
Yeah.
year. And I get a call from Twiz going, yo, did you speak to the young lady who gave you the business card? I said, nah, dude, you're wasting time. At that time, I was in Mount Vernon with my grandmother. So I took a shot in the dark. I called her and went straight to voicemail. So I'm like, it's whatever. Maybe 10 minutes later, my phone rings and I'm like, hello? Oh my gosh, is this F.A.M.E? And I'm like, yes, who am I speaking to? Hey, it's such and such from the store. Remember you met me and everything like that? My assistant didn't call you? I'm like, no, nobody called you. Oh my gosh, we need you to be up here at the station like tomorrow. And I'm like, looking at myself like
yesterday.
My hair's not done. Like, yeah, they needed me there like yesterday. So I'm like, she's like, can you do it? And I'm like, yeah, okay, great. Here's my other number, and here's the address you need to meet me at. And I'm like, cool. We look forward to seeing you because it's going to be this big thing that we're trying to bring back one of our newscasters on to Pix 11 morning show. So I'm like, okay. So now, hang the phone up, sitting back in the chair, and I'm going, nah, this didn't just happen. Then I think another 5 minutes on that, I start panicking. So I'm like, okay, Grandma, I gotta go. I call my hairstylist. I'm like, look, I'm sorry this is last minute. I gotta get this all done and I gotta buy another outfit, whatever. At the same time, I'm running from Mount Vernon back to Brooklyn. Then I call a good friend of mine. I'm like, yo, I can't tell you much right now, but I need you to pick me up like 4 something in the morning. He's like, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to explain everything to you. I just need you to be there 4 o'clock in the morning. Just trust me. He's like, all right, F.A.M.E, whatever, no problem. That's my boy Khalad. Shout out to him, man. And so he met me, and we drove into the city super, super early, and we found parking, and we got my equipment. We got my turntable mixer and just a monitor. And we're supposed to wait at a side door to open up for me. So, I call some number, and that person opened the door. And the whole time, my friend Khalad is like, this place looks real familiar. I think I delivered here because he does packaging and whatnot.
Yeah.
And we get into this elevator. Elevator takes us up. As soon as the elevator opened, then you see everything that's branding Pix 11 and this and that and whatever. And Pix 11 wants to welcome back Sukanaya. So I'm like, huh. But the whole time, the energy I should be giving out, my friend Khalad is like, no way, is this happening? And I'm like, dude, what's your problem? And he's like, dude, you're about to be on TV. I was like, I'm aware of that. It's like, you're not excited and stuff like it. It's like, I am. This is just how I cope with it. But he is on edge. So now he's talking about like, yo, man, you're going to be on TV. People going to see you. And all of a sudden you hear a lady go, excuse me, can I pass by? And we're like, yeah, sure, no problem. And we look back and it's Sukanaya, Suki, that's behind us. And she go, oh, it's your F.A.M.E, right? And I'm like, yeah, how you doing? And it's like, I got to find a photo. And we took a photo and everything like, she's like, I look forward to hearing you spin. And she kind of just walks off like, you just walk away from an explosion. Like, so we're just like, what just happened here? yeah, we're just like, what just happened here? But my friend he's just losing it. Yo, we're on TV. We're on TV. So I get the opportunity to be on TV. Once again, they're welcoming back Suki back to Pix 11 morning show. And I'm just playing. And then I'm telling you, my phone is going off on live TV and I had to put it on vibrate at the same time, multitasking. Mm-hmm. And people are blowing and sharing my photos and stuff like that. That whole butterfly effect worked for my favor. Because a particular company that I work alongside, and I don't know if I should mention them, if I'll get a check from them anyway, but whatever. Scratch DJ Academy, because I would do events for them as well too.
Okay.
They hit me up and go, oh my gosh, we just saw you on TV. Yes, that happened. Like, I'm just real calm about it. And like, we need to talk. I said, okay, cool. I remember getting a phone call within the 3 times I was on the morning show. And they go, hey, we've been seeing, your rap sheet, because I've done so many events, in-store events for them. They're the ones that put me in the H&M and all the other stores, and corporate events I've done, like played for lawyers and all that stuff in between. And they go, hey, it seems like you have enough experience to do the cruise ships. And I was just like, yeah, right. I was like, okay. It's like, would you be interested in that? And it's like, yeah, because we have a contract with Royal Caribbean. and you'd be gone for, you could choose between either 2 weeks or a month. And I was like, that sounds dope. It's like, yeah, when can you go? And I think my first time was the end of that year, which would be November. And it was just so much to process. Mind you, I just finished doing TV, you know? Uh, I'm touring with Flash. That's another thing too. Let's not forget that. And
Touring
then
on
all of a
your
sudden, I'm trying to
own.
prepare myself. And then I'm touring on my own now. And then just, I appreciate everybody for those who are seeing this, will see this, and they're just sharing this. And they would share it, and people will get the whiff of who DJ F.A.M.E is.
Right.
And I'd be gone for a month with Royal Caribbean Cruises, for all, family oriented and just people celebrating anything on that
Yeah.
ship.
Wow.
So that is one of my proudest moments. And that all happened within a year. That was all between, I think, I want to say like 2013, 2012 was around that time. There's a
Wow.
lot. Yes, after my
So,
birthday. I'm looking at
some
Tommy
people,
right now.
you had a year. Some people would love that career.
Yeah. And just to stress about, what's one thing I would definitely want to say, word of mouth is a big deal. Absolutely a big deal.
Yes,
But
it is.
even with the word of mouth, one of the, I guess if you want to call it a mantra, and I want to share this with you guys, it's like practice makes permanent, not perfect, just permanent. So there's been some nights, some days, hours, minutes, that you guys don't get to see that's being televised. I'm practicing. I am studying. I'm focused to get where I need to get and continue to keep growing.
We got some comments. LaShawn. Hey, LaShawn. She said, Suki, she loves her. She remembers that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
DJ Cam said, dope. Howie D said, great story. Oh, man.
Yeah, I didn't want to be long-winded because it's
You're
just,
still talking about 1 year is what's
yeah.
getting me.
Oh, yeah. I'm very, very grateful, man.
So where else has this DJing thing taken you? You went to China. You went on the Caribbean boats.
I've done the Caribbean. I've also done France. I've done
France.
France twice. I've done France.
Where
One
at
with Flash. I know with Flash. Oh, let me try to remember. I don't remember the one I went to, but I know the one I did, the Cannes Film Festival with Flash. That was Nice, France. If I'm pronouncing that, Nice, right?
Okay.
And that was for the Cannes Film Festival, and that was fun. That was absolutely fun, man.
Yes, France is nice. I was in Strasbourg, France.
Okay.
It's really nice.
And then somebody had the audacity to tell me that I was maybe 2 hours away from Paris, and I didn't want to take the chance because I had a sound check, and also within the 2 hours, and then we had our show. And yeah, that was interesting, man.
It's sweet down there. Everything is about 8 hours from each other, from end to end.
Yeah, but I know that I heard the trains are pretty fast. So yeah.
Yeah, the tube.
Oh yeah.
So France, you said France?
Yeah, I've done France, I've done China, I've done Singapore, I don't want to say all of the West Indies. I've done most of the West Indies and pretty much a good portion of the United States. I've done Canada as well too. I feel like somebody's missing. I've done the UK, Southampton. Okay. I've done Southampton, UK. Yes.
Nice.
Oh, so, I'm missing another one. I missed another one too. I've also been to Dubai. Right. And that was short lived. That was absolutely short lived. That was also on my birthday as well too. So I celebrated my birthday twice because I spent half of it in the air. And then I was September 6th, once again, in Dubai celebrating. It's like, oh, it's your birthday. Happy birthday. And I'm like, I don't drink. Like, they're giving me bottles and all this stuff. Like, thank you.
No worries. I'll drink for you.
I appreciate it.
So, DJ So Lovely said, in your opinion, what's the most effective way, and I think you touched on it already, to get high-profile gigs?
Study not only music, but study the crowd you want to deal with. I think that's the words I want to use right now. Yeah, but the music is very, very crucial because, and I know I'm taking taking some notes out of Grandmaster Flash book. What he likes, she may not like, and what she likes, he may not like. So everything from 70s, 60s, 50s, 80s pop, rock. Not too long ago, I've been playing this genre of music and didn't know what it was called. It's called new wave. That's a whole different conversation.
Wow.
Of course, funk, alternative. Yeah, whole different conversation about that. Funk, new wave, alternative. Of course, Caribbean, because that's where both my parents come from, so that's kind of easy for me. Um, and then maybe some genres I'm not thinking about right now, but I do play it.
So you got punk rock, new wave and soul,
Yes.
pop music, salsa, rock and roll,
Yeah.
calypso, reggae, rhythm and blues.
Caribbean, Latin.
Fix those number one tunes.
Right.
Wow.
And just to share it out there, one of the most difficult genres I had issues with when I first started was hip hop.
Really?
I did. Huge issue with hip hop. It was just so many elements happening. Point in time, like I think anybody can mix house. If you can't mix house, you need help.
Yeah.
You know, for most Caribbean music, right? Most Caribbean music, which was not too far from what was house music, it was on what they would consider rhythms, where it's just this one beat, and different artists would be on it, and all you have to do is literally just match the beat and make sure they don't head-on collision. That's pretty much it. Every other R&B, funk record I could play, but something about hip hop in the beginning, when I mean between 2000 and 2001, I strapped down and was like, I gotta figure this out because I'm in Brooklyn, I'm in New York City, and this is going to be asked of me. Everything else can be played,
What do you
but the
think
hip
it
hop was the
was?
struggle.
The music wasn't good enough? Did you go to
No,
the
it was great.
or
It was fantastic.
okay.
Whether it was old school, up age, new school stuff, it was just the elements that were being put in it. Because some stuff weren't on the beat of one; it
Mm,
would be on or we'll start on two, or some other riff would happen, and you're like, what's going on? And then over time, just with practice, it came to fruition for me.
nice. Wow. And now this is year two. this
Right.
this is just another year.
Yeah, that was just another year, man.
And we got 17 more years to go. We're gonna be here for a while.
Don't.
Oh,
I think it definitely helped out over time. Just to share another thing about myself, playing the drums. I did play an instrument,
okay.
so it did make it easier. And I think anybody who does DJ, and if you didn't play an instrument, I'm quite sure it'd be easier for you now. But back then, before I started DJing, the drums was like, oh, okay, I can read music, write music, play music, right?
Nice. And you understand the beats and
Yeah.
the four counts, eight
Everything
counts.
from 4/4 time to 3/4 times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crescendo, decrescendo, all that. I get it.
Um, in the questions, DJ Howie D said, polyrhythms are in hip hop, so it can be a
Yep.
little confusing. Yeah. Well, that I
And
started, and a lot of us, me, Tommy Lee, and a lot of other us, that's all we played at one time, and then we started
right.
playing other genres, but that the hip hop came easy.
Yeah, no, it did not. And I'm telling you, especially for the records I had before I built my own collection,
Yeah.
my mother had a lot of mainly reggae, but she definitely did what would be secondary to that would be disco. So I had the reggae, I had the disco, and then there were a few R&B, and then every other pop record. Like she had the Marvin Gaye, she had the Luther Vandross, she had the Whitney Houston, she had going all the way to I'm forgetting their names right now. The guys who came up with Oh Sheila, Ready
Oh,
for the World,
yeah. Ready for the
right? Oh,
world.
45, like
Uh,
right. So those type of
hey, did we lose you? Hey, Fame. Oh, we lost him. Hey, I'm assuming he's gonna be back. So this has been like wow. If and he's doing this full time, and I wonder, is that how he was able to get so many places because he's doing this full time, and a lot of us we're doing it either part time or we have a job or something, and you cannot be going on a cruise for 2 weeks or a month. Yeah, hip hop is DJ So Lovely. We're gonna ask that question when he comes back. DJ P Nice, what's going on? Everything is good. Good is here. Hopefully Fame will be back. He didn't have no real there you go.
I tell you that. It was a good run. Yeah.
All right. We were talking about the tech gods before I came.
Yo, I told you, man. They were with me, and somebody had to go use the bathroom or something like that, and was like, "Wait, what happened? Oh, shoot!" And it just came back. Yeah, it was a good run. Let's just put it like it was a good run.
So, wow, you've had a career now. What's going on? Last I heard was like past 2013. Where has the DJing taken you? I know you hooked up. I don't know when you hooked up with DJ Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee was between that whole time, and still to this day, you know, I enjoy having great conversations and hanging out and doing events. But I met Tommy Lee in 2008 when I joined the Demolition Crew DJs. This was a team of DJs with the whole, not only as a family, and I guess maybe I'm processing differently in a sense of, you know, because Demo was the head front, DJ Demo, DEMO, and then Demolition, of course, would be us. And when Demo's not in town, we be running the shot, you know, calling shots. We had 2 houses to ourselves where we were residential, and we were bouncing back and forth in Brooklyn and just trying to build the brand. That's all it really was, you know? And I'm very, very fortunate to know these guys, you know, being the youngest member, because I don't include DJ Romeo in Canada, but it is what it is. Cool guy, by the way. But I learned so much from those, you know, the what is it, about 5 of us, 6 of us, you know, but those members. I learned everything, the old school hip hop, the house music, especially the Latin music over the years. I you know, I felt like I was doing okay, but it just really broadened me. One of the many things I had in common, I feel I have in common with Tommy Lee. Out of all the other DJs, we were willing to play everything.
Yeah.
You know, because I would see Tommy play, and we'll be at, like, let's say, even if it's a predominantly, you know, if not black or white crowd, and he would just take that leap, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I do too. Like, we're talking about if it's predominantly black crowd, and then he'll play like this CeeLo Green or this Prince record, and it mixes, and he does what he does, and I'm like, yeah, that's it right there. Compared to we're all playing the same Before I Let Go, the same. The same crucial R&B records to this day, and I'm just like, somebody's taking the chance. Not saying the other team members weren't doing it, but Tommy was definitely doing it, and that wasn't the direction I wanted to go, because that's what it takes to travel.
Yes,
we have to take those leaps. We are the individuals who are breaking records, if anything.
Nice. So where do you going now?
I want to continue to travel. And slowly make my way into production. I have the ideas. I think all DJs have the ideas. We're always making these remixes or doing, you know, mixes on the fly.
Right.
So that is a goal in my book right now, to come out with a record. Let's see what happens. You know,
my boy, Super Dave. You know, you can get in contact with him.
I would like to do that. I've been watching him. Like, I gotta find him.
Yeah.
And just what are the steps? You know, because I really don't want to kill myself with buying all this outboard gear and production. If I know somebody who at least can get me in that direction.
I don't think you have to anymore. They
Right.
have
I mean, yeah.
programs just like Serato and Virtual DJ and all of them. They have
Right.
programs that
Ableton, Pro
yeah,
Tools,
Ableton, yeah,
Logic,
I know that's
Cubase.
one of them. Yeah, Pro Tools is on the more expensive side.
Give or take, depends on who you know. I just leave it just like that. Depends on who you know.
Back of the truck.
I am from Brooklyn. No pun intended.
Wow. So
I am very, very fortunate. I'm very, very grateful. The powers that be, I don't know what people believe, or what they follow when it comes to religion, but the powers that be, I'm very, very grateful, man. Very, very, very grateful.
I'm feeling blessed having you on and letting everybody in here
Yeah.
see that other things are possible. When you were off, I was making a statement about, you've been so many places, and
Right.
is it because you do this full time that you're able to do that? A lot of people, I'd say 95% of the people have another job or something, so they're not able to take off and go on a Carnival cruise for a month.
Right. So one, some people can take the leap, and then two, you can definitely work around what your schedule is. It's possible. Anything is possible. If there's anything I can possibly stand for, is that it's possible. If you know me and you've met me and we've talked, it is possible. We all come from some, level of hardship, and to make it this far, it is possible. So whether you have a part-time, full-time job, but you do love music, you can still travel.
Yeah.
It won't be completely far ahead unless you tell your boss, hey, I want to take some days off. My mom is sick, and go run to Egypt. Yeah, again, right? Again, run to Egypt, turn up, make sure it doesn't get posted on social media until like a month later, and then come back like, yeah, she's fine. Everything is cool. Appreciate you. And still cut the check. But I see a lot of DJs, once again, there's so many other platforms that you can try. I know, especially when I started, I thought the clubs or the radio was the only way to go. I didn't know at that time we could do weddings and thrive off of that and be comfortable. Do every other after work event, do the Sweet 16s, do the corporate events, especially if you're in the city of New York or wherever you're at, wherever you're seeing this right now,
Right.
and just kind of market yourself to be in that world and work around your schedule.
Right.
That's it, man, and you make it work. But if you want it, you'll get it. You'll definitely get it.
Only thing I would tell you is to make sure you're putting away for retirement.
Yes. That is the challenge.
Yeah, it's a challenge, but
it's an investment. Absolutely, investment.
Make it happen, because you're young now. You're where we used to be 20 years ago.
Give or take, right?
Give or take. So now, in our prime, I'm 54, and I'm retired.
You're doing great.
Drawing, yeah. So. And a lot of people here, they're working towards that. They're on their 20 years, 30 years at a place. So you're gonna get retirement. So make sure you're putting away for that. And I know
absolutely
the chat would agree with me.
Right. No, I am very fortunate to even know other DJs, which is very, very cool about me traveling and whatnot. Like individual who lives in Jersey by the name of DJ Ty Chappelle or Chappelle. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. And he is one of the few people I know who he's been DJing maybe 5 or 7 years longer than I have,
right.
Full time. And he is a goal. Bought a house, 2 cars, and this is all from DJing, nothing else. There were no other jobs.
Yeah.
Full time, everything, once again, paperwork, tax write-offs, all that stuff like that, and he still does it to this day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. Nice house in Jersey. Nice house in Jersey.
We have a couple others that on here that's coming up soon that have a similar story.
Right.
But, so you amazed me so far. I'm ready for more. I'm ready for some more stories.
Ask me a question, man. Ask me a question. I got try. Trust me, I have stories for days, man. I talk DJ So Lovely to death. Anybody who knows me, I'm long-winded. That's why I'm like, especially for the time, and I know this is the interview, I'm just like, let me just try to minimize it as much as possible, you know?
So you're vinyl old, but are you
I'm
eight
not that
track?
old.
Are you 8-track
I am
old?
not. I am not that. I was not
You
I
know
was not
what one of
fortunate.
these are.
I do know. I definitely do know.
Type in
I
the
do
chat
know.
if you've ever DJ'd with an 8-track. I know there's one or two in there.
I have not. But I do know what they look like. I have used it, but I've never DJ'd with it. I've never had a collection of those. I have, other DJ friends like, yo, dog, you see this before? I'm like, whoa, what is that, Nintendo cartridge? That's not Nintendo cartridge, man. It's an 8-track. Because I used to pop this in my car. Like, okay, cool. Cool story, bro. Like, yeah.
DJ Cam said he's 25 years in DJing only.
Dude, bless you, man. Bless you. And I'm telling you, you got to put the work in. You cannot, as a lot of friends will tell me, you can't cheat the hustle. You have to put the work in. And I pass this message on anybody who wants to follow me at DJ Fame BK on all platforms. That especially when it comes to the what is I forgot the guy that you were interviewing that does like the branding and the marketing stuff like that, because I definitely want to pick his brain as well.
Chris Gloss.
Chris. I definitely wanted to pick his brain because this whole social media is no joke, but it gets so much done. You can get so much done, with just this platform alone.
Like, the software we're using, we're streaming to 5 different platforms at the same time.
And this is the crazy part, especially for what we're dealing with at this time in life. I was up on this back once again in 2008. Tommy Lee would know when we were dealing with Worldcast Radio. It was a particular platform that was connected to a record pool.
I remember that.
And as long as we're dealing with the record pool, we're dealing with the the online radio station. Now the people who were behind the scenes, they were doing something like this, so we would be able to broadcast to Vegas. So, and then on top of that, they were building this whole thing where, just like what we're doing now, like if it's on Instagram, it's on Facebook, where we can stream to people now and have these parties. They were so ahead of their times, and we was just like, it ain't going nowhere. And look what we're doing now.
Look what everybody's doing. Speaking of the streaming, are you out there actively streaming, like
yes.
the DJs are?
Yes, and trying my best not to get lost in the sauce. All platforms. I'm having more luck on Facebook than Instagram right now. And I do have some events coming up, so check out my page. Once again, follow me if you're not following me already at DJ Fame BK. I do have some events coming up.
What type of equipment do you need, or do you have for the streaming? Do you use the iRig? Do you use anything else?
I am using the iRig too. Yes, I was once again having great DJ friends. DJ Pockets, who was also a part of the Demolition Crew DJs, he put me onto the iRig 2 years ago. And I'm talking about now months before I'm on tour and everything like that, because I was stuck on tour when all of this happened. And he was just like, yo, COVID-19, it's real. And I'm like, okay. And, jumping into what was the pandemonium. And people was like, yo, how am I going to, stream? And I was like, oh, I got this device right here. And the quality is super clear. And everybody's like scrambling, Fame, what are you using? What are you using? I'm like, something a friend of mine told me to have, and it's always been in my bag. I just never had a use for it. Now it's like most DJs are back against the wall to have this quality and scrambling, and now it's completely difficult to find it. They're sold out or back orders. So
back ordered for weeks.
So iRig 2 is what I'm using right now. Yeah.
Nice. Have you done any Zoom parties?
Yes, I've done about 3 Zoom parties. One graduation
hired
party.
You out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I also have another one coming up real soon for prom.
What's the experience doing that? Because you have
it's
Zoom,
weird.
have a bunch of pictures there, and
right.
What's the interaction? Is everybody chair dancing or?
It's awkward. Right now, majority of times, there are people in the room or what the software is, and sometimes their cameras are off, so I don't get to see them. And for those who don't mind, they already got dressed up and dolled up. They'll be like in their living
Sit
room,
down
or they
in
have
front of
their,
the
their
computer.
phone, right? And that's it. They kind of just like, okay, impress me, and I have to play. I have to perform. That's pretty much it. Now, I live for it. So far,
Well,
so good. But I still miss the crowd. I need that.
that's why I like the live streaming, because I can look over here and
Right.
see DJ Tommy Lee said get the TRRS wire, and you don't have to use the iRig. But
See,
that's
I didn't know what the name of. I didn't know what the name was, but I
yeah.
know I was telling people, "Hey, man, you need to get this particular cable," and then people tell
Look,
me, "Oh, that's the TRS." I'm like, "Oh,
look, it's the thing with the 3 rings.
the
That's
three
how
rings."
I explain it to people.
That's
So,
pretty much it, man.
uh, DJ Howie D said, there are other ways you can live stream without an iRig,
Yes,
and it is.
yes,
It is. You just got to be a little savvy and understand technology a little. You don't have to use an iRig, and they have other things out there. If you play, like you said, you played instrument, they had the devices where you hooked up to the amplifier, and some of those can go straight
right.
into a Zoom. So, getting back to the Zoom thing, how many people was it that you actually DJ'd in front of? I'm curious.
50,
50.
50. And I was told Zoom can deal up to at least 100, maybe more. I haven't pushed it or
Yeah,
had the opportunity
100
to do
on
it.
screen. But
Yeah, yeah,
Zoom
100 screen,
plan I
right,
have, the Zoom plan I have, I can get 500 people, and I wonder
okay,
what that looks like.
right. I haven't tried that yet. That would be dope. But right now, 50 has been a thing where I don't like doing Zoom on my phone, but it is easier because it's always in my hand. But you got to do it on the laptop, and then I would have an extra, device, so I'd be in the room twice, so I can still see myself, and then I can see the people in the room and act, because I wouldn't be in charge of the room. It's usually somebody else that's in charge of the room. All I'm focused on is just what they can hear.
Nice. Zoom Pro.
Chris, what's going on, man? I see you.
Hey, Chris, let me get it straight. The
So
Untouchable F.A.M.E wants to get in contact with you.
yeah,
So, DJ Tommy Lee said he saw over 300 people on a Zoom at a service. Wow.
I wish I'm pushing, like, those are the numbers I would do physically at a party, but
Yeah.
for people to have the patience to sit inside of a Zoom party, if not for less than 2 hours, because I
Yeah.
can't see anybody just staring at me for 3 hours. It's not happening. I mean, I could be playing X, Y, and Z, but 2 hours for me is like that limit where it's just like, okay, and then they expected me to do something like put something on fire, somebody backflip in the back of the screen, or me walking in with a unicorn. It has to be something. And this is what's killing me about social media, man. Just the platform itself, and we're just all like this.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And that's why I was asking all these questions for that experience.
Yeah.
DJ So Lovely said a pet peeve about DJing. And you might have touched on it with somebody interrupting you and wanting to have a conversation, or is it something else?
Pet peeve, pet peeve, pet peeve, pet peeve. Drinks next to the DJ set. That's definitely a pet peeve.
Oh man, yeah.
Handing me a drink over the set. Please. Please, if it's not been mentioned, please don't do that. I'm terrified, man. I have a friend of mine who did that, and he spilt it all over his controller. He had the XZ. It was a cup of Sprite. Splash, whole thing sticky, and I'm like,
You don't. You go around.
"Ooh."
Oh
I'm
man.
trying to think of another. I'm trying to think of another pet peeve. People who grab the microphone and have nothing great to say. Why did that happen? Oh my gosh, I should have wrote my pet peeves down, like especially for DJ, man. Because everybody wants. There's always that person who feels they're very extrovert, you know, um, and they're like, yeah, I could host and stuff like, and they're just talking random stuff over the mix, and I'm like, for real. Even for like private events I've done, like specifically like baby showers, like, yeah, I'm gonna have my cousin host for me, and she's just like, yo, and she's just talking, and then she forget the microphone is on, and then she walks outside, and you're catching all the cars and everything. I'm like, yo, first of all, I'm very appreciative that the microphone is very good. But I'm like, yo, so I'm like, let me just turn the mic off completely. And then all of a sudden she comes back in and now she's popping the microphone to see if it's on. I'm like, and I just have these anxiety moments like, yo, come on. Who are you? Why is this happening?
Hey, Chris said, what's your why and what keeps you going?
Music keeps changing. That just a different sound. It just trying to find that record, which goes back to, when we would actually find, we would go to the store for records and everything like that. I think that was the digging was, oh my gosh, is everything. And just trying to keep that energy going. Because if somebody doesn't tell the next DJ, oh, by the way, this is hot, compared to we would go out and go look for it. You need this record, compared to, nah, man, this is it. What's my other one? The other one that definitely keeps me going is just, I need to be this beacon of hope, especially for upcoming DJs.
Yeah.
That you can do it too. I mean, seriously, if you want to get this done, like, I'm giving you the blueprint, and the DJs before me have given me the blueprint. They may not tell you, you just got to sit back and watch. So sometimes I just be in a room and I'm quiet. Compared to I'm being vocal, like, you see what he just did right there?
Mm-hmm.
Do that,
Nice. DJ So Lovely said, what would you say defines the DJ F.A.M.E brand?
Oh, I'm not sure how to answer that. The most I can say is, besides my smile, I guess.
Now, you have a nice personality. I've talked to you a few times before this interview, and very polite. I can answer a little bit of it. And people take to that very well, as opposed to the person that gives the short answer and don't never look you in the eye, and they're real just short, like you said.
It's like, it's fine.
You
I'm good.
Brushed off.
Right.
And I didn't find you like that. So big up for that. And
I mean, other than that,
I vouch for you.
Yeah, but other than that, on top of that is, I guess as most people will tell me, the ability to play everything.
Yeah.
Seamlessly. Like, there's been times, and no disrespect to any other DJ, I just figured out a way to not stop the music. Like, I figured a way, if I need to get up there to 120 something BPMs and then back to 70 and then over here to 90 BPMs, if you live by BPMs, so just the energy of the part, I figured it out. And I'm quite sure they'll figure it out too. They've been doing it for years. But just being able to play literally everything the whole night. So for me to go from Dolly Parton to 50 Cent is no big deal for me.
It sounds like I hear Untouchable DJ F.A.M.E masterclass course coming on.
That's a whole different conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Chris can help you out with that. With our standard cut. So, Chris says, what do you think the biggest change to the industry will be in 2021? And what will make it or what won't make it? I think the streaming, I'm gonna answer a little bit of that. I think the streaming is gonna continue.
The streaming is going to be at 50 to maybe 60% of entertainment. Like, I think it will become necessary. Even though, because we don't know how far, these series of events are going to continue on, and we still want to indulge into entertainment, into parties and whatnot. And some venues will be like, yeah, you can only have 60 people, but I invited 160, so you don't have 60 people here. But the other 100 could watch us, streaming live. Let's say resume from, we're live from such and such, whatever. Right. That might be a thing, with big screen TVs and showing people posting their shout outs and everything. That's going to be a thing. To add on to that, definitely the technology, the equipment that DJs use. That's definitely gonna change.
What do you think about this Rain 70 coming out?
More bells and whistles, because it all comes down to, for me, you being able to mix the record, your selections of songs. Some people can't do either, but they have a great presence. Like I've seen people can't. I've seen a group of people who can't mix at all, but they can talk a great game on the microphone. This is a thing, and people are just like, I don't know why I keep hiring him. And it's just like, yeah, Once again, it's unfortunately becoming a scarce trait that somebody can do all three, if anything, mix, blend, scratch, and talk on the microphone. And some people will just focus on just one thing.
Yeah. Nice. And like I said, I think the streaming will continue for, I think it's gonna stay because people
Yes.
got a taste of it now. And I don't have to go anywhere. And I can still listen to this thing. You could get on a Zoom and charge $5 to get in.
No, that's going to be a thing, and I'm quite sure they're going to do stuff like through Eventbrite and then give you a code so you can come into the room. It will be a thing, but my major uh, focus right now is the equipment. Like I've waited so long over time, I was so patient just to see what would happen. Like the turntable is still consistent. No disrespect to anybody. I understand the controllers are easy to pick up and everything like that, but think about it from since the turntable from Panasonic created the Technique turntable and other turntables from other companies, and it's still consistent. And they found a way to enhance it each year. Sure, you want to make it easier for yourself if you're of a particular age or a particular stature. Controller's fine, but I'm just grateful that it still exists. Foundation itself, that's cool.
Speaking about the turntable model, have you played with the Rain 12s or the Phase?
I did. Both. I definitely have. And when I tell you I am sold by both products, and it all comes down to preference for any DJ.
Right.
What you're comfortable with. It doesn't make any sense buying the Ring 12s and having the Phase. Choose one because they both literally do the same
Yeah,
thing.
they both. If you got turntables, the Phase will do you fine.
That just once again enhances the turntable. For those who do not want to or don't care to use the tone arm, get the Rain 12s. Get a controller. It's no problem. The Rain 12 itself is amazingly light. It's amazingly light, and you get your flight cases for them, and you can rock with it and do whatever.
Okay.
Yes.
So
But
that would probably be the advantage of getting one of them.
Yes. And once again, for those who don't want to get rid of their turntables, you should be looking at the Phase.
Nice.
The connection is solid.
Chris also says, what's your greatest advice to DJs to thrive and not just survive? Because some DJs are, you see them up in there, and they got their Cash App and which is all nice, but they're depending on this. This isn't extra or a tip jar cash thing.
Which goes back to the whole practice makes permanent. And at the same time, too, you better be careful because you will get sucked into what, in the beginning, I always felt that DJing is like a black hole because we're always buying stuff. We're always trying to do something to, if not brand ourselves. So this cannot be taken lightly because once again, people do it full time and you got to put that work in. You really, really got to put that work in. But practice makes permanent.
Yeah.
Study the music, man. You have to.
Yeah, we got another comment. Kid Tree Nation said my controller choice has always been the NS7.
I appreciate the NS7 when it came out, and Pioneer is eventually going to jerk everybody real soon. I'm putting it out in the air because the NS7's the platters moved, and that's what everybody's waiting for with Pioneer. Tractor does it. Native Instruments has a controller and the platters actually move, and most DJs want that compared to, once again, it's just a still platter.
Yeah.
So the NS7s was amazing. Oh my gosh.
I've seen, and you can get some used ones for pretty cheap too.
Super cheap. For
Yeah.
those, once again, just Google, eBay, Amazon,
Yeah.
um, and then even on a platform like Facebook, they have the Facebook Market. They're
Yeah.
selling everything. Check it out.
Yeah. People sleep on that Facebook marketplace.
Yeah, I've gotten some things. I've
That
gotten some
thing
things. Absolutely.
every day because people selling it for cheap and you can still,
Yeah.
bring them down.
Right. Oh yeah.
So, all right. So, wrapping this up, we've been on for about an hour and 15 minutes.
I told you, man. Yeah.
What advice would you tell a new DJ? And you touched on it throughout this whole thing, but just something for a new DJ to aspire to want to know, like teach me so I can do this too.
First off, just find me. We'll make time. I'll be honest, man. Just find me and we'll work it out. Because everybody's different, and as I'm still growing myself, but literally just come and find me. Follow me, at DJ F.A.M.E BK.
So you
Reach
got
out.
500 people that want to DJ now just follow you.
Seriously, no, I'm being super honest and stuff like it's going to be difficult, and I'm going to tell you if if you're built for it or not. I'm gonna just be honest, because one thing I don't want to keep repeating myself. Just make it permanent. You gotta stick to it, man.
Nice. So no more comments. Kid Tree Nation said Facebook Marketplace is the spot.
Yes, it is.
P Nice said new or someone getting back into DJing.
I've also taken the time out for good friends of mine over the years. I don't care what age it was. Like these people were maybe like 45, 50, stuff like that. And they're just like, yo, man, I want to do this, but I just don't get it. Okay. All I need to know is that you want to make the initiative and I'm going to sit down with you. And I have done it numerous times. I've literally, I guess if you want to consider it a side hustle or not, but just me caring about the culture in my own way, taking the time out to go, look, you still want to do this. Let me just show you. As soon as you figure out, you're like, that's it. And I'm like, yeah. And now it's just a matter for most cats of that particular age converting their vinyl to MP3.
To digital.
Right, to digital. That's pretty much it.
I know some days I find myself when I'm just sitting in here and I'm just staring at these turntables. Like, man, just being around this whole environment with all you guys.
Even if you play for yourself,
yeah.
And just to go, okay, let me go download Serato and then get a mixer now because I know they don't use the SL1 boxes. They don't use those interfaces anymore. Everything is kind of built in. You get that, and then it's just a matter of like, okay, this does this, X, Y, and Z, and just like how you would look behind you and grab inside the crate, now it's like build a crate in here,
drag
or press a particular hotkey or command, and boom, and they're gonna be like, that's it. Yep.
Yeah.
And I've done that for like a handful of people where literally they got off their ass, and all of a sudden now they out here doing just what they want to do. If they want to just do parties for 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds, they just want to do kid functions. It doesn't matter, male, female, young, old, black, white. It doesn't matter as long as you have the initiative. I help you. That's it.
Do you think that would create competition for you?
Absolutely not.
Why?
I'm super confident on what I'm capable of. That's just it. We all DJ differently. We all perceive music differently and stuff like that. So it's not even a thought. I've given people gigs,
Yeah.
and just make sure that they go about it, accordingly, because at the same time too, my name is still associated with that.
For real. Kid Tree Nation said he 51 and still getting it in.
Yeah. Work, man.
Clientele's here. He said he missed most of it, but what does he prefer? He's on turntables.
Yeah. I use turntables, and not too long ago, I still feel like I regret it. I just sold my Technique turntables, I had the 1210s M5Gs. They were like the last models for Technique before Technique all of a sudden was like, oh, we're retiring and we're coming back again. But there was an issue where Pioneer fixed it, where the interchangeable RCA cables and power cable. So that's why I ended up getting the Pioneer PLX 1000. So like if the RCA cable goes bad, switch, keep it moving. Because I know one of the DJs you interviewed, where he was talking about he was doing an event with
Yeah,
DJ
that was Clientele. That was DJ
right,
Clientele.
and the cable goes bad. I'm like, I know that feeling, and going, yo, who else got a turntable? Depending on whatever year of in life that you were in,
Mm-hmm.
because that goes bad unless you're an electrician to fix it right then and there. You're on your MacGyver shit,
You
cool, but
got your soldering gun and chewing gum and everything.
not me, man. Nope, that's it.
Oh, that is funny. So we are gonna wrap this up, bro. I thank you for being here on a
Harry, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man.
and this community is taken to this, and I'm so glad. And I heard you guys are building a community on Instagram.
Yes, I'm about to forget the name itself and stuff like that. Global Spin Network. Where the initiative alongside DJ So Lovely is just to give a platform for all DJs to rock out. Some people are like, okay, cool, I'm gonna rock on my page, or people are coming together and go, all right, let's all rock at this particular hour, but we don't have a main focus.
Right.
So now we're creating this main focus for music lovers alike, DJs, non-DJs, to go, hey, Global Spin Network has a DJ playing, as we're still trying to figure out every other detail, but it won't only just be like hip hop,
Yeah.
reggae, soca. We want the drum and bass. We want the dance DJs. We want the Latin DJs, because for those who are music lovers and other DJs
Right.
of all sorts, maybe you're weak in a particular genre. Oh, by the way, such and such plays this hour. Listen to him or her.
Mm.
Listen to that person. That's the goal, give or take.
How long are you gonna play for? A couple of hours at a time?
Each person, of course, is dealing with Instagram right now, as long as they allow us. Let's put it like
Yeah.
that.
Okay. As long as you don't get cut off, don't play
Right.
a Sony song.
Right. That's as long as they allow us to follow. Yeah, as long as they allow us to rock, we're doing it, man.
Roger that. Well, thanks again. The untouchable DJ F.A.M.E. I have to say it like that because it's just
Thank
like
you.
more dramatic.
I'm just trying to fit in. That's it, man.
Oh man, thanks a lot. And you'll be available to come back again another time?
Absolutely, man.
All right. Thank you, bro.
Enjoy yourself. Peace.
So once again, we set this thing off. Episode number 11 with the untouchable DJ F.A.M.E. I just gotta say it that way. This is Harry the Big Dog, DJ interview. We'll be back tomorrow at 8 o'clock.